In today's video, we are going to be talking about one of the most underrated trades in the last decade. Before we get into it, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, it would really help me out a lot. And let's get right on into it. Tyrese Halliburton was selected with the 12th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft from Iowa. Now, his rookie season, he played 58 games, averaged 13 points per game, 5.3 assists, and 3 rebounds, with 47.2% from the field and 40.9% from 3. Now, these would be the stats that you would think that a rookie being drafted that highly up would average. One thing that Tyrese Halliburton had against him in the draft was his jump shot. Tyrese Halliburton, for some people, has a pretty broken jump shot, one of the most broken in that draft class, but it falls, as you could tell from his 40.9% from 3. In his second season, the 2021 to 2022 season, this season before he was traded, he played 51 games, averaged 14.3 points, 7.4 assists, and 3.9 rebounds, with 47% from the field and 41% from 3. Now you can tell, he played 7 less games, but his stats in every single category except for overall field goal percentage went up, with a 1.3 point per game jump, an over 2 assists per game jump, and a 0.9 rebound jump. But the Sacramento Kings were starting to find an issue. Sacramento Kings were in a very rough spot where they were struggling to find consistency and success in a crowded Western Conference. They saw Halliburton's potential. They were also trying to balance the talent and future of De'Aaron Fox, their starting point guard. And this led to questions about Tyrese Halliburton's future. And then came January of 2022, where they would inform Tyrese that he has a plane ticket to Indianapolis. Before diving into the trade, it would only be fair for me to tell the side of the Pacers before the trade. The Indiana Pacers were facing a critical juncture, struggling with injuries and inconsistent performances. They were hovering around the 500 mark and missed the playoffs in the previous season. With a roster that needed rejuvenation, the Pacers recognized the potential of Halliburton as a franchise cornerstone. The Pacers in the 2021-2022 NBA season had a record of 17-30 before the trade for Halliburton, with Domantas Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, and Miles Turner leading the way. Trade talks started in January, but the day was February 8th, 2022. Inside the trade, the Sacramento Kings sent Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson to the Indiana Pacers in exchange for Domantas Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a 2023 second-round pick. Now, at the time, this seemed like an overpay for the Indiana Pacers, as Domantas Sabonis was still an all-star caliber player. Trading for Tyrese Halliburton, who was a young and questionable player, as he did have some ankle issues in college, and the Pacers really took a gamble on him. But, needless to say, that gamble paid off. Tyrese Halliburton immediately excelled in the last 26 games he played with the Pacers after the trade. He averaged 17.5 points, 9.6 assists, and 4.3 rebounds per game, averaging 49% from the field, but struggled at the three-point line, shooting just 33% from 3. Tyrese Halliburton already elevated in just 26 games with the Indiana Pacers. His ability to create plays and facilitate the offense immediately transformed the Pacers' dynamic. Halliburton quickly became the centerpiece of the Pacers' offense, providing a youthful energy that helped revitalize this team. His vision and decision making made him a perfect fit for the Indiana Pacers playing style. In Tyrese Halliburton's second season with the Indiana Pacers in the 2022-2023 season, he averaged 20.7 points, 10.4 assists, and 4 rebounds per game on a 48% field goal percentage, and his three-point percentage jumped up to almost 40% at 39.9, also with 1.6 steals per game, playing 56 games. You might be wondering why he only played 56 games. He dealt with a left elbow injury and a knee injury that caused him to miss a portion of the season. This very much so impacted his ability to play, but when he was on the court, he demonstrated his significant impact on the game and the Pacers' performance. And now this leaves us with the current day, his third season. Tyrese Halliburton averaged 25.4 points, 10.1 assists, and 4.1 rebounds per game, with a field goal percentage of 49% and a three-point percentage of 40.6. Averaging, again, 1.6 steals per game. These numbers reflect his strong performance and continued growth as a leader for the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers were geared up for a very, very good season, sitting in second place, and early on actually took over the first place spot in the NBA, but with Tyrese Halliburton's injuries, dropped down to number 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. But that means Tyrese Halliburton has officially brought the Indiana Pacers back to the playoffs in just his third year with the team. Tyrese Halliburton would average 18.7 points in the playoffs, averaging 34 minutes per game. They would go on to win the first round against the Milwaukee Bucks in 6 games. Mind you, this team was not expected to do anything when it comes to the playoffs, as they are seen as a young team with players like Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard leading the way, except for the exception of Pascal Siakam being added midway through this season. And he definitely helped the Pacers, but Tyrese Halliburton was still very much there and showing that he belonged in a playoff setting. Moving on to the New York Knicks series, in 7 games, they would come out on top, winning in Madison Square Garden to take the series, and they would unfortunately lose to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, who were also inevitably the NBA champions. Tyrese Halliburton would go down with an injury in game number 2 and not see the floor for the rest of the series. In game number 1, Tyrese Halliburton would have 25 points with 3 turnovers, 1 block, 3 steals, 10 assists, and 3 rebounds. Not a bad showing for his first ever Eastern Conference Finals, or just basically his first playoff run in general. And then game number 2, where he would go down, he would have 10 points with 0 turnovers, 0 blocks, 1 assist, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. Now, 8 assists in the Eastern Conference Finals with 0 turnovers is nothing to turn your head at, and unfortunately he would go down with an injury, and in just 4 games the Indiana Pacers playoffs hopes were done. and now the Indiana Pacers have a bright future. The Sacramento Kings also had a good season after this trade. I don't think that there was a pure-cut winner or loser. Some people say that the Indiana Pacers won the trade. Some people say the Sacramento Kings won the trade. This was an excellent trade for both teams. It gave Domantas Sabonis the chance to win that he didn't 100% have on the Indiana Pacers, and it gave Tyrese Halliburton the room and time to develop into the player that he is today. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below if you have not already. We are trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the year. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Comment down below an idea. If I do your idea, I will give you a shout out in the video. And thank you to all the amazing people that hopefully will not copyright me and let me use their NBA mixes. I will link all of them down in the description below. Have a nice day.